A man who's not so quiet, but he is certainly could be described as choleric and optimistic, is St. Peter. St. Peter. Peter is the name that Jesus gives to him. His real name is Simon. He's the son of John, so that's his last name is Johnson. Jesus gives him the name Peter, which means rock. So, Rock Johnson. The Feast of Rock Johnson is on June the 29th every year. It's in the calendar. You can open up here. Yeah, Feast of Rock Johnson. It says it right there. Rock Johnson is very, very self-confident. When Jesus gives the first prediction of the Passion in Mark 8, right after Peter confesses him as the Messiah, or even the great, full Christological confession that appears in Matthew 16, the parallel place. Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. That's the confession of the faith. That is the rock. That is the confession. That is the church is built on Jesus as Son of God. And Peter gets the name rock because he's the one who makes that confession. Immediately after that, Jesus gives the first prediction of the Passion in the Gospel of Mark. Well, actually, it's in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, but in Mark, it's far more structural than it is in Matthew and Luke. They just simply copy it. Peter comes and says, "Oh no, you don't have to suffer or die. Just take it from me. You know, I'm now the rock, and the church is built. And I can assure you, you do not have to suffer and die. This is really, Lord. I mean, face it, Lord. I mean, the cross. That is a downer. That is a downer. You do not want to suffer and die. We must not have that. We'll get some TV time. We'll get some interviews. We'll put a suffering and die. That is not what we're into. Okay? Let me show you how to save the world. He tends to bite off a great deal more than he can chew. Jesus turns on him and says, "Get behind me, Satan." The second time Jesus has been tempted. Get behind me, Satan. Satan is the tempter, isn't he? Jesus has to take on this man that he has just called the rock of the church. He has to take him on and call him Satan because he's trying to take over.
And that was Father Patrick Reardon, priest at All Saints Antiochian Orthodox Church in Chicago and senior editor of Touchstone magazine. This was a Touchstone lecture delivered at Christ Church in Glen Ellen. The title, Christ in His Saints. The material taken from Father